Good morning, people. What's good, people? Hope you're well. Welcome back to the show. Me and Lee thought we would do something special today and bring on a lovely guest. Izzy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, man. It's good to see you, and pleasure to have you on Lee Judges TV. What's your weekend looking like so far?
Weekend. Well, I've got a show tonight. Today, I'm in a Neil Diamond show, so I've got a show tonight, and then hoping to go to the game tomorrow. I'm just waiting to see if I've got some tickets.
Oh, good stuff. Well, if you go to the game, you have to meet up with us. Hopefully, we'll get 3 points. Lee, how are you, mate?
I'm all good. I'm in Izzy's bad books, like, she messages me.
Yeah, he is.
For the Spurs.
Well, ghosted by Lee Judges.
Yeah, I ghosted her, like, I'm really sorry about that. Like, that's bad news. That's bad, like, but the excuse was I did have a dodgy phone, so I smashed my phone up, didn't I? So the screen didn't show me, like.
Deal, man. That's shocking behaviour, though, mate.
Listen. I've got to make up some excuse because that's bad. I feel so bad about it, like.
You're lucky we won. Otherwise, I would have cried.
Yeah.
He won't do that again, man.
Really ruined my day.
No, like, I'm actually now putting Izzy's number in capital letters, so I do not miss that, like,
100. Shocking behaviour, Judges. Listen, we are going to do an Arsenal-Liverpool preview, but we do need to play a Bet Victor clip. And this one is about last weekend's game at Arsenal Spurs. Looking at where Arsenal great, where Tottenham poor, and then getting a little bit of an understanding of where it went wrong for Tottenham and where it went right for Arsenal. So have a take a look at this one.
A worldie from Partey. 99 times out of 100, that doesn't fly in the top corner. A mistake from Lloris. Twice we could have cleared that ball. Then Royale gets sent off, a stupid challenge, and then you scored directly after it. You scored at the right times, but there were 3 incidents that could have been avoided.
No, but that result was always going that way, regardless of the red card. Arsenal winning that game
for 20 minutes.
Regardless of the red card, Arsenal winning that game. And the thing is, I think Conte the bed. Because
that's the way he plays. It's the way he plays.
Well, that's rubbish, bro.
What's brought him success previously?
Arsenal started the game like it was a derby. They were on the front foot. They were pressing you high up the pitch. They were in your face. They didn't let you breathe. And from there, they won the game. Harry Kane was anonymous like he has been all season. Heung-min Son was anonymous like he has been all season.
So 7 league goals.
You missed Dejan Kulusevski. The final ball wasn't good enough. That's what I mean. If there was after that goal, because Arsenal were dominating the game, they controlled the game, and then after the goal they wobbled. After they gave that penalty away, they wobbled for a bit, and Spurs never took their chance. Spurs take the chance there. It's 2-1. I'm not saying they win the game; they might draw, but it's a different game.
What a start to the season. I love it when Arsenal are getting complimented by neutral fans. It is class. I will say this, Judges. It must be a good day when Lee Judges is wearing his scarf. I've never seen Lee Judges.
I'll say that. Listen, Flav is a top guy, really, like, but he's one of those.
He can't take it, can he? No.
He can't. So I thought I'd put my scarf on, give it to him, like, and listen, Adam's a massive Arsenal hater as well, like, but he was giving Arsenal a lot of praise and all that. So Arsenal must be doing something then, like, you know what I mean? So
listen, if Adam is bigging up Arsenal, he must be playing well. Do you know what I mean? Because he is not a fan of Arsenal. He absolutely hates us.
100%.
And to be fair, I hate Man United and Spurs, so I don't blame him for it. Do you know what I mean? I don't expect him to love us, but when we're top of the league, no one loves us, mate. It's brilliant, absolutely quality. So listen, Izzy, let's come to you first, because before we move into this game, I just want to get an understanding of where you're at with how we're playing at the moment, because a lot of the people are getting excited. A lot of the neutrals are bigging us up. 8 games in, I know we lost to Man United, which was frustrating, but other than that, it's been pretty much flawless, mate.
I've enjoyed it so much. You know what? I went with Lee to watch the game. I can't remember who it was by. Oh, what was it, Lee? What game did we go to?
We went to the
Seville.
Seville game, wasn't it? Like, yeah,
went to the Seville game. Yeah, and do you know what?
He replied to you then. He replied back to you.
He replied to me then. He actually spoke to me that day. No, we went to that game, and you know what? I didn't know what to expect, but I was excited.
Yeah.
I saw that game, and I thought, oh my God, I can't wait for the season to start. And then the season started, and I was like, okay, like all these new players coming in, I think we've been brilliant. I do think the Man U game was a little bit of a slip. I didn't think we were there as much as we could be, but then again, I still don't think we played badly. And the Tottenham game just topped it off for me. I just thought, as was said, like from the first 5 minutes, we were on them.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is? I thought this is when I woke up. I thought I think it's going our way today. I was positive from the start, so I had no doubts.
Sometimes it's like that, isn't it? You wake up and you get that feeling, Lee, about, oh, what's it going to be like today? And it can change. Like sometimes I go to bed thinking I'm not comfortable about tomorrow. And then I have 8 hours sleep and wake up and it's a different story and I feel comfortable. And I kind of felt a bit like that with the Spurs game, if I'm honest, because you never know going into a North London derby. But there is something about this team, Lee, at the moment that the momentum is with us. And it just looks like we're confident in terms of a fan base at the moment going into these games, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Izzy makes a fantastic point there, like, because I know that was the first game she watched the Arsenal, like, with the new players against Seville.
Yeah,
I watched it in America, and I had the same feeling. I'll be honest. I know it was only a friendly and all that, but I had this like, oh, I'm seeing something different. I was excited, like, you know. And when the season started, you know, it's gone from there. I was nervous about Tottenham. I always am because it's a horrible game for me, as you know. But once we Once the team sheet came out and I see that they'd gone 2 in midfield, then I was confident. And the way they set up, it was just, I'm going to be really honest, the way they set up, it was just like, right, okay, let's just make sure we don't get caught on the counter attack and we will get chances against them. And the biggest thing for me, I don't know how it was for you guys in half time, you know, in the bars at half time, that you know, when you've gone in before and think, oh, well, we're not doing this, we're doing that. Everybody in there was confident we was going to get the win. You know what I mean? He said, oh, no, don't worry, we'll turn this around. There's a confidence about the team, but there's also confidence in the fans as well, like that they get the job done. Now, tomorrow, tough game. Don't know how it's going to go, but I'm confident that, you know, if we play well, we've got a very, very good chance of winning. And that's it's nice that we've got that feeling that going to teams like Tottenham, now going to like Liverpool, I'm looking forward to it. Like, how many times over the last few seasons we've gone to Liverpool fan, oh, I'm not really looking forward to this game, but I'm really looking forward to it now. Like, hopefully we can get the result.
Yeah, listen, I think everybody's confident going into this game due to the form of Liverpool and also the good form of us. But Izzy, I wanted to ask you on Arsenal's form, like, who's impressed you this season in terms of players?
A few of them. As Lee knows, like, I actually have said since last season, I said Martinelli is going to be such a good player. I've always said it. Like, even when he used to come on just from the bench, I said this guy needs more minutes on the pitch. He's so good. But I felt like last season he didn't have as much confidence as he has now. Whereas now you can see him really coming out of his shell. He's taking shots. He's doing a lot more with the ball. But also people like Viera. Like, he just comes on. He's like a Duracell bunny. He's always in the right place. He's taking shots. Like, when we were in the stadium, we were all going, shoot! And no one shoot last season. He's actually taking a chance and it's going in. So, yeah, I think he's great. I think Fabio Martinelli, a few of them standing out for me.
Ain't nothing to do because you've met them two, is he? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No, you know, when I met Martinelli and Fabio was with him, I didn't even know who he was. I'm going to be honest. I was like, I don't even know who this kid is. But now he's one of my favourite players on the pitch.
Listen, I think, you know, you make some good points, to be fair, whether you've met them or not. They've both been great. And Martinelli, for me, has taken it to a new level. Like, for me, this kid...
He's great.
I love him. And I loved him when he first come on the scene under Unai Emery. I thought, who is this guy, man? He looks wicked for like 18-year-old kid. And I remember thinking to myself, he's the one that I want to be excited about every time he's on the pitch. And I weren't really seeing enough of him. And I think at the time I was getting a bit frustrated. So was Lee. We were both talking about, why is he not playing Martinelli? Now that he is, I mean, you can't drop him. The kid is absolutely superb. And at the moment, because Smith Rowe's out, he's playing every game, like midweek games as well now. So, of course, we don't want to burn the kid out. But at the same time, I absolutely love seeing him on the pitch and he excites me. And it's interesting you bring up Fabio Viera because I thought he was really good the other night, midweek. I thought he played really well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I think he's definitely got a little bit of creativity and some vision to his game. And when Ødegaard isn't on the pitch, I think we lack that. Now that he's come in, I think we've got somebody there who actually can get hold of the ball, see a pass, thread one through, and like you say, take a shot. We haven't really had someone that can take a shot from outside the box since maybe the Thomas Rosicky days or the Fabregas days. So if we're looking now at somebody who can shoot outside the box, I think it's all good news. But Lee, I want to come to you on on a couple of things in running into this game. One thing that bothers me, I have to say it. I absolutely love this player, by the way. But off the ball, I have issues with his positioning and his defending, and that's Zinchenko. Now, he's been caught out a couple of times, and luckily it ain't affected us. I would play Kieran Tierney tomorrow because, one, he's been absolutely amazing in every game he's played, in my opinion, particularly the other night. He was my man of the match. I thought Kieran Tierney and Tomiyasu was superb, absolutely superb. And I think Kieran Tierney defensively is so much better. And I also believe that he does offer, going forward, very good things that people forget. He might not be able to play the inverted role as well as Zinchenko, and he might not be as good as Zinchenko on the ball, some would say. But I have more faith with Tierney, with Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold running at him, than I do with Zinchenko getting caught out. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that one, man.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I think it was a good performance from Kieran Tierney. Listen, no one's ever doubted how good Tierney is. The one thing that's always been the question mark is his fitness. He keeps breaking down and all that, So for me, it was a lovely little reminder on Thursday night how good he actually is, because I thought he was right up there with man of the match as well. I thought he was my man of the match. I thought he was brilliant. That Zinchenko is a top player, and it's great that we've got that option of either or I, and same with Tomiyasu and Ben White. Tomiyasu I thought showed his class as well, by the way, but unfortunate for him at the moment, Ben White's playing so well, so it's a difficult one. Zinchenko hasn't trained this week, and if he's not 100% fit, then Kieran Tierney for me is the one that comes in there, and defensively I think he's probably a little bit sound. And listen, you make a great point also when you say about it, no one's ever at any stage since he's been at Arsenal has ever said he's not good going forward. Now all of a sudden, there's question marks on that, and I don't really understand why. Because at the end of the day, he's always been he's been a very, very good left back going forward and defending for us. So, for me, I think that we've got to be a little bit more cautious of them tomorrow, But in saying that, Zinchenko handled Song pretty well last week and all that. So, or Richarlison. Richarlison played in a different sort of role. I think that for me, I would go Tierney because Mo Salah is more out and out wide player. And I think that he's going to be in those sort of positions that realistically, say if Zinchenko plays and it does break down, and you've got him in 40, 50 yards of space, I ain't happy with that, So I'd rather have Tierney in there and just blocking that route for him. I know he's not been in top form, but you can't sleep on Mo Salah. Let's be honest,
Listen, you can't, and I think Zinchenko will play because it looks like he's the number one left back. What I will say is that we didn't see him at all on the bench on Thursday, and Kieran Tierney came off at like 70 odd minutes. So I think that it will be interesting to see who he goes with at left back. But if I had to put my money on it, I think he will go with Zinchenko. But for me, I'd go Kieran Tierney just because I think he's better defensively. Dave's having some fun because you keep saying Chinzenko, Lee, apparently.
Chinzenko,
Chin Chimney. Chinzenko. I think that'd be an interesting position. I think it'll be an interesting.
Believe in your soul.
I think it'll be an interesting position and one that he obviously has to look at. But Izzy, us defensively this season has looked good, but one person in particular that has is Saliba. 21 years old. I don't know a centre half as good as this kid, man. Honestly, I've never seen someone as good as him. I remember Tony Adams, but I wasn't around to see him at the age of 21. But when I look at what Saliba has done at 21, it is fantastic. And for me, in my era of football, you have to go as far back as Rio Ferdinand to see someone this good. So what have you made of his performances, Izzy?
I think he's brilliant. I think he's absolutely brilliant. His passing, he's not every pass is amazing. And the little nutmeg he did with Spurs the other day, I was like, oh! No, I think he's brilliant. And I've been seeing a lot of people comparing him to Van Dijk and stuff like that. And I just think Van Dijk's 29? Saliba's 21. He's come into this league, like probably one of the most famous leagues in the world. He's only 21 and he's coming. He's so cool. He's so confident on the ball. Like, it's unbelievable, like how he's done that. Yeah, I think he's great. And I think he's only just begun. I think we've got more to come from him.
Yeah, 100.
I'm excited for him.
I think everybody's excited, and like judges, like honest opinion, right? I've seen a lot of great defenders in this league. Like I've been really lucky to see the likes of John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Tony Adams, Sol Campbell, and even players that don't really get so much of a mention in that bracket. The players like Sammy Hyypiä, I've always thought was underrated. Jamie Carragher at Liverpool, and of course the Vincent Kompany's and Van Dijks that we've seen of recent times. But I don't remember them being this good at 21. There's only really Rio Ferdinand and maybe JT that I could sit there and say to you were at that level. But this kid's ceiling is massive, mate.
Well, I've not seen nothing like it. You know what I mean? Craig makes a good point. David O'Leary, when he first came into the side, was a gracious top class defender, and probably like above his years as probably Saliba is. But I've not seen nothing like this. I've not seen like even Rio Ferdinand was a great player at that age and all that. But he was a little bit slight, wasn't as powerful as Saliba. I haven't seen no one with the whole thing, like, you know. I think that he's calm on the ball. He's right. He's confident. His passing is very, very good. He's just what can I say? Like, you know, he just got oozing confidence and everything like that. Yeah. Like, you know, and I think that, you know, I really don't know if you know, I really enjoyed him being on the bench on Thursday because his song come out, how he was going to react to that song. Do you know what I mean? Now the whole stadium started singing it, and he, you know what I mean, if it was me, I'd be giving it large. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like singing along with him. He just done a little clap like that. Like I think he's very
humble, yeah.
Very humble, yeah, very exactly. He's very, very humble. He knows he's a good player. I think that he's confident in his ability. And I think he's just enjoying playing football and at the moment. And I just think that he's just so. The biggest thing for me, even like I'll tell you what, because I was with Robbie and that Thursday, and they were standing alongside Thomas Partey. He made Thomas Partey look like a normal size, you know what I mean? And Thomas Partey is quite big as well. Like he is a monster in every respect, you know. But what is unbelievable about him is he's quite, like, he's a massive guy and all that, but he's so quick. It's not just like once he gets into his stride as well. He's quick over that first couple of yards as well. You know, you get like some people that are big and strong, even like some of the quickest 100 meters runners, their first 5-10 yards are not that quick, and then they power through at the end. Like, he's got it all. He can move quickly, and then if you want to chase him like 50 yards down, he's going to win you all day long. Harry Kane never got away from him once in a game of football. Like, and Harry Kane's a good player. He's clever. He's cute. He could not do it, you know. And one time he went on a run with him, and in the end he had to slide tackle him, like, you know, and he still lost the ball. Lovely, like, you know. So a fantastic performance and a fantastic player from him. I'm a big fan. Listen, Van Dijk is a quality player, Van Dijk, and but he was nowhere near at the same level as Saliba at 21, you know what I mean? It weren't, you know, he was at Celtic and then he came to Southampton and he moved into the, you know, at Southampton he was quality, but and obviously he's gone on and been fantastic, but at that age he wasn't. And I'll tell you what, with Tony Adams, people go on about Tony Adams is like, you know, Tony Adams would have been the best player, best central defender in the world if he had Saliba's pace. He never ever had blistering pace, Tony Adams. You know what I mean? He read the game very, very well. He was very, very good in the air and all that. But the one thing that he lacked was a little bit of, same with John Terry, really. John Terry was great defender, but he didn't have the pace of Ferdinand. Ferdinand's pace got him out of trouble a little bit all the time. Like, but Saliba has got everything and he's got pace as well. So it's amazing, really.
It is amazing. And one thing that I used to be obsessed with and addicted to, and then I actually grew up, was Football Manager. And always reminds me of when you get into like what a defender needs to do. And it's funny because I was looking at it yesterday. I always used to, like, years ago when I played it, I always used to go to scouting and I used to put in what was needed for a centre half. And it reminded me of what Saliba can't do. And I've just got it up here now, just reading from the screen. Heading, marking, passing, tackling, composure, positioning, jump, strength, first touch, technique, aggression, anticipation, bravery, concentration, decision-making, vision, and pace. I can't lie, there's nothing on there that I would go, Saliba can't do that. He can do most of it, but he can't do this or that.
Point.
There is nothing there that I would say, not too sure about that. But actually, when you look at it, this guy has got an unbelievable ceiling. And we've already talked about Saka and Martinelli reaching their heights. I think for me, this kid's looking like he could have a ceiling higher than either of those two, because I don't know any other young centre-half coming through that looks anything like him. So I think it's really exciting for us. But I want to move on to Liverpool and the game itself quick. And Izzy, I want to come to you because Liverpool have been on bad form. But they're no mugs coming to the Emirates. They're a good side. If they get it right, they'll cause us problems. How do you see this one playing out?
I'm more nervous than I was for Tottenham. I just feel like when we've played Liverpool in the past, to be fair, I remember last time we played Liverpool at the Emirates last season, I didn't come away thinking we didn't put up a fight, but like we didn't win. So I think we will put up a fight. I'm not sure where it's going to go because it's Liverpool, it's the Premier League. You never know what's going to happen. But saying that, I actually spoke to my friend who's a Liverpool fan yesterday. I said, "How's Liverpool doing this season?" He just went, "Shit. I hate football." He went, "I'm not watching anymore. I don't even want to watch tomorrow." So, they're not confident.
No, they're not.
Liverpool fans aren't confident. So if we go in and we play how we play Tottenham, I reckon we could win. But
listen, we never know what you're going to get. I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
But literally on paper at the moment, everybody I speaking to has said Arsenal will win this game. That worries me a bit, Lee.
We're better, 100%.
Yeah, of course, 100. The way we're playing, the way they're playing. But it worries me. Why it worries me is because I've done this many times over the last 34 years of supporting Arsenal and gone, we'll be all right today. And then we've slipped up or they've turned up and you think, where's that performance come from? They've been terrible. So that's always in the back of my mind. So, Lee, I wanted to ask you how you're feeling on this one, because me and you always nervous going into North London derby. But I think the back of our minds, we always do well at the Emirates. We don't really do that great at the Emirates under Klopp. Liverpool sides here. So what you thinking, man?
Exactly that, and that's the worry, like, you know what I mean? But listen, Alex come down yesterday from Cop TV. Now he's one cocky, like, you know what I mean? I really like him, but he is a cocky, swaggers in, like, you know what I mean? And rightly so, Liverpool have been the business. Yesterday, he didn't swagger in. He's a little bit worried, like, you know what I mean? So that is a good thing that Liverpool fans are not that 100% confident they're going to win this game. That they realise that. I think two things. The two factors: they realise that Arsenal are in good form, and they realise that they're not. So that's a little bit of a worry. So from their point of view, but listen, Liverpool cannot continue to be this bad. They can't. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and if I look at it, their next two games are us and Manchester City. You know, so they're really, really difficult games from there. If they were to lose both of those games, they're in the mud. They're in the mud for top four, as well as, the title's gone. If they win those games, Dan, they're back in it. So it's a massive 2 games for them. But they're not in great form. And this is where Arsenal have got to take advantage of this. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think Manchester United were in great form when we took them on there. And we had, they wasn't, say, like, up for grabs or that, but they was vulnerable. They were vulnerable, and we didn't take advantage of it. Now Liverpool, whatever way you want to look at it, they're slightly vulnerable with their position. They've got to be worried if we lose this game, it's this and that. They're vulnerable. We must take advantage of it tomorrow, like, must take advantage of it. And I'll be very, very disappointed if we don't. This is a big bit. Yeah. I agree with you. This is more of a statement game than the Tottenham game, because the Tottenham game takes care of itself. It's a North London derby, blah, 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 blah. But I also thought last week it would have been more disastrous for us to lose than Tottenham. And I think it meant more to us and whatever, blah, blah, blah. This one now, I think, is more damaging if Liverpool lose it. Do you know what I mean? So there's a little bit more pressure on Liverpool, like, than there has been in the past. Don't get me wrong. I was talking to Grizz yesterday. They have got they've had pressure for a very, very long time, Liverpool, winning games. So it's not that sort of pressure, but it's the pressure of not being successful, Dan. And there's a difference in that. So, let's just hope we just nail it, like, you know what I mean? And listen, then you can just, unfortunately after today, we won't be top of the league. We know that, but if we can win at this game and then beat Leeds the following week, we can enjoy what happens at Mans, and hopefully cheer on Liverpool next week. Like, that's how you got to look at it.
I think sometimes as well, Liverpool will look at these games and think Arsenal and City next. Ouch. But if they beat those two teams, they put their seasons all of a sudden, Liverpool back. So I think it's two ways of looking at it as far as the Liverpool fans concerned. They probably wouldn't want to pick Arsenal and City in the next two games. But if they were to take 3 points off both of them, people will start looking at Liverpool again and go, oh, they might have had a blip, but they're back. They've beaten the two best teams this season. So I think you could look at it two ways. I want to come to predictions to round off the show. A lot of people are very confident in the chat saying that Arsenal are going to win, as you can see. Izzy, we'll start with you. What are you going for?
I hate predicting these. I always get it so wrong. No, I reckon, realistically, do you know what? I woke up and I thought, I'm going to predict 3-1 because I reckon we can. No, but I am going to go with 2-1. I'm going to stick with 2-1 and I think we can do it. I think we can win tomorrow.
Fair play. Judges, what are you going with?
I'm going 2-0. I think Arsenal will be too strong for them. Like,
I love really that.
Do. Yeah, that's it. Like, having a bit of confidence. We haven't kept a clean sheet all season in the league. We need to. If Arsenal are going to be serious about getting top four and challenging, they've got to start being a little bit meaner in their defence at home. Like, you know what I mean? We are away from home. We're very, very good, but just got to be a little bit more tighter. And I think that the game, the way the game is and the way that the teams are, I think that Arsenal will be a little bit more cautious than they have been. And that's why I'm going for a clean sheet. So 2-0 to the Arsenal.
Love the optimism, man. This is a head on heart one for me. I get a head on heart games. Some of them I'm really confident in. I just feel that Liverpool can't afford to lose this one. So my head is saying that they might nick a bloody draw. But I'm going to be optimistic and go in my heart and agree with Izzy. I'm going to go 2-1 to the Arsenal just because the momentum's with us. We're playing so well at the moment. And really, I think we'll be extremely disappointed if we walk away with nothing out of this game because of the way they've been playing. I wouldn't be devastated with a draw because Liverpool, whether you love them or hate them or think they're good or rubbish at the moment, are a great, great side. And they've proven that over the last few years. But I think it will be a bit of frustration and it will feel like one that we've kind of there for the taking and we still didn't manage to get it. A little bit like we did, I suppose, at Man United, who I thought were there for the taking and we completely got naive. So we need to make sure we're not going to do that one. For me, I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal and stick with what Izzy has said and believe in it because at the moment, it's really good to watch, man. Absolutely loving it. So let's hope it continues that way. Great stuff. Just quickly, Lee, before we do wrap up, if Arsenal do win tomorrow, do the media start talking about us as title contenders?
That's a good question. Like, you know what I mean? What would it be 9 games? I think once you got into the 10 games, let's see where we are after 10 games. But if we were to win tomorrow, I think that's 8 wins out of 9. That's title winning form, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I don't think that we should be. Listen, I'm going to say it now. Why should we be ashamed to say that we're not going to change for the title? Why are we embarrassed about it and all that? Like, you know, I think that we're as good as anybody in this league. Take Manchester City away, so just take them out of it at the moment. Like, I think everybody would be saying that we're in with a chance. Yeah, we're in with a chance. It's just that but Manchester City are just so much better than everybody else. If you want my honest opinion, or if you want me to put my house on it, Manchester City will win the league. I've got, I think that's how it goes. But, listen, if we was to keep with them, who knows? So, yeah, why not? Come on, let's have it.
I think we can do it.
Yeah,
it's our year.
Arsenal win tomorrow, we've got a chance of challenging for the title. No two ways about it.
I love the optimism, man. I love the optimism. Do you know how I answered it? I answered it differently yesterday. Someone asked me, they said, do you reckon Arsenal are in a title race? And I said, I think the question people need to ask us is, will Arsenal be in a title race come May? That's the question to ask. Not, are they title challengers now? Because, of course, we are. Top of the league.
Yeah,
so, of course, we are. So, I think that October is crazy. You can't start saying we're in a title race. The title race ain't even started yet. Do you know what I mean? The title race starts in the new year for me. So will Arsenal be title contenders come May is the question that I keep asking people to ask. So that's the next question for me, man. Wicked.
Just on that, it's a great point, because there were times when Arsenal weren't winning. For instance, in the George Graham, when he first took over, we went 20 odd games unbeaten. And I don't really believe anybody thought that Arsenal could win the league that year, But what it was setting foundations for the couple of seasons later. Now, when I look back at our title wins in '98, that was the same sort of thing then. No one was really even thinking that we was going to win the league until January time. We was in December, we was about 6. So you can't really say, but when it goes to the ones where 2002, 2004, we was in the title race from the word go. That's how it was. So it's a building up of a momentum. So even in '98, no one was thinking after in October that Arsenal were going to win the league. Even when we beat Man United that day, no one was walking away going, "Oh, we're going to win the league this season. Are we in a title race?" It just depends what stage of your challenges are, and I think that we're at that stage now of '98 where we can go and have 5, 6, 7 games and win them all, and people would still say, "No, I'm not so sure if we're in a title race." So that's how it is. But after one game in 2003, we're in with a title race. So it's we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I'm confident that we can maintain this.
Yeah,
fair play to you, man. Love the optimism. Izzy, thank you so much for joining us.
You.
Absolute pleasure having you on. I'd love to get you on again if you're about.
Amazing, as long as you answer me, because Lee doesn't do that. So.
Of course, I'm not rude like Lee judges. Do you know what I mean? When you text me, I'll reply. Do you know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
No, it's calm. Enjoyed that one, Lee. Nice little preview. Looking forward to tomorrow, and I'll obviously see you at the game.
Buzzing for it. The stadium, hopefully, it's as loud as what it was. As loud as what it was on last Saturday. I thought it was the atmosphere on Saturday was just incredible. When that Xhaka goal went in, can you name another goal where it's gone so mad?
Been a long time.
Been a long time. So hopefully, the atmosphere. Well, I know it will be fantastic, and we'll hopefully be celebrating again.
Great stuff, guys, in the chat and those coming tomorrow. If you do want to join in tomorrow, then we'll be outside the Bergkamp statue after the game doing our uncensored chat and fan cams after the games. So we'll see you there. Hopefully Arsenal get 3 points. We'll be back very, very soon this week to talk about the game. So come join us on Lee Judges TV. If you haven't done so already, smash the like button on your way out and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.
Take care.